Travel days are officially back. Yes, passports are checked, bags packed, and we're running on airport adrenaline. We're flying American Airlines from Heathrow to Boston, so stick around to see how the journey goes. From airport overnight stays to in-flight vibes and our first time in Boston. Come along as we kick off this trip. Let's go. 20 minutes away and expected at Heathrow Terminal 3 shortly. Just given a call to Purple Parking, which is who we're parking with on this occasion, and they'll come and collect the car from the drop-off point. Something we did last time and found it actually worked really well for us, so we're attempting it again. Given we used to live around here, what do you think?
Well, it's still lovely, but I do like living by the sea, so yeah, I would still choose Brixton where we live.
Oh, okay. So well, we've got about another, I suppose, about 15 minutes now before we get there.
We've got the busy bit, getting into the airport.
Yeah, it's amazing how the airport changes. I
think everywhere around here actually. Trees have grown, it's just all different really.
Yeah. Oh well. Let's see what the airport has to bring, because I think they've changed it. I think they've changed the name of the car park from short term to terminal.
But if you remember, there was a sign that said Purple Parking, wasn't there?
Yeah. As normal for us, we're taking the perimeter road. Joanne used to work at the airport, so she knows the back routes. So when we went on the Cunard, we had spiders' webs on the window.
Yeah.
And
have you washed the car since, Steve?
I'm sure I have.
No, he hasn't, everybody. So we've still got cobwebs. And I've got rid of them at least twice. They come back.
You certainly got some on your side of the car.
Well, we're not great car washers, are we?
No. That's the mud that holds it together. Tomorrow we have an early morning flight on American Airlines over to Boston. Neither of us have flown American Airlines previously. Since we made the booking, we've seen some negative YouTube content about the quality of the service, so let's see what we experience. We will be flying premium economy and the flight time's expected to be around 7 hours. We're going with some friends, staying at Terminal 2 Hilton Garden Inn overnight, meeting up for drinks and some grub early evening. It costs a bit more, but as it's in the terminal, we avoid the need for taxis, a long walk or an airport bus. All in all, less to go wrong. That is why it is our go-to option for an early flight. When we get to the airport, we will be making our way to level 4 of the terminal or short-term car park at Terminal 3. Here we will hand over our keys and our car will be driven to a nearby area to be parked whilst we're away. It makes the experience easier, avoiding airport buses, taxis or a spot of walking to park the car and return to the airport for our overnight stay. The pickup is also easier as we just phone them when we have our luggage and then pick up the car in the terminal car park after we've cleared customs. With the luggage out, keys dropped off, it's now time to make our way to the hotel, using the lifts to descend to the underground moving walkways that connect Terminal 2 and 3. We're going to return this route tomorrow morning. The entrance to the hotel is in the middle of the car park attached to Terminal 2. It can be accessed via the pedestrian path and then through some glass automated doors. A quite steep ramp then leads you up to the check-in area. There's a Hilton Honours member which offers us a slight discount on our room rate. Nothing to write home about though. This year we've stayed a number of times in their various hotels through the globe. For an odd night here and there, but it's more coincidental than deliberate intent. It does save us a bit of the paperwork though.
And he says, action, so I have to go into action. So we're on our travels again, and we're at the Hilton Garden Hotel in the central area of the airport. Got a very early flight tomorrow, that's why. So I'm going to do another room review of this hotel, because we've been in different rooms every time. So you come in, and you've got your lights, and there's a big button here that it pushes them all off or all on. And you've got a very nice full-length mirror here, with a socket at the bottom, just an ordinary three-pin socket. And then over here you've got your ironing board and iron underneath, and hairdryer up there, and some hangers, place to put your bags. I did say to Steve, get a twin room, but he hasn't. But this is all right because it's a whopping great big 6-foot bed, so I think we'll be all right in that. Plenty of switches by either side of the bed, and they're what would they be, Steve? USB? No.
Oh, there's a USB-A by the look of it.
USB-A.
Yes.
Who knew? I didn't. Got your heating controls on the wall there, and a very nice bed, and you've got a big television, huge television actually. It's bigger than the one we've got at home, actually, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Over here we have like a desk area with a desk chair if you wanted to do some work, and you've got USB over there as well.
USB-A.
Oh, USB-A. I don't know. I just say to Steve, can this plug in here? Can this? And he says yes or no. A fridge, which is very nice, which seems to be on, but there's nothing in there. And a table. We've got a lovely, this is a runway view room, 1213, if I didn't say that, I think I did. A nice chair behind Stevie there. There was a table, wasn't there?
Yes.
Oh,
there.
he's moved the table.
Just to give us some space.
Okay. And there's a safe, which I do believe you could get a laptop in. I'll just move over here. And your phone, and that's about it really. I'll go and do the bathroom next. So it's lovely really. They have a nice bar here which overlooks the runway, and you can get nice bar snacks and stuff. A little bit more expensive because you're in the central area, but hey ho. Bathroom, toilet, nice piece of art. Got a lovely walk-in shower. I'll let Steve film that in a minute. And Crabtree shower gel and hair wash and conditioner and stuff. And sink there, tissues, got your socket for your shaver. Very, very nice.
This room has runway views, which is something we always try to get if we can. It sort of sets the tone for the holiday. We still love looking at all the stuff that goes on in an airport, particularly enjoying it when nighttime falls. We had a reasonable easy journey up from our home in Devon, taking almost exactly 3.5 hours. This will give us ample time to have a rest and freshen up before meeting up with our friends. So we're meeting up with our friends in the Runway Bar, which serves light meals and drinks. It's quite expensive, but it does have the benefit of these great views over the runway. The restaurant downstairs has somewhat less desirable views of a car park under the underpass. The expansive windows of the restaurant are absolutely fantastic, but to fully appreciate the view of the airport, you need to get out on one of the terraces on either side. It can be windy and noisy, but it's a great experience.
Where are you taking me? We're in the Runway Bar.
We stayed here for a couple of hours, eating, drinking, catching up and making plans for our forthcoming trip, before actually retiring back to our rooms for an early night. Hiya, and here we are back at Heathrow Airport at the Garden Inn.
Hilton Garden Inn.
Hilton Garden Inn.
In the central area of the terminals.
And it's one we quite often been to many times in the past.
It's extremely handy because we parked with Purple Parking, meet and greet. And then we go down, don't we? And then it's all underground, walk to this hotel.
Yeah.
So, and also you have to excuse us because we've both had a bit of alcohol.
Well, you haven't.
So have you.
Well, we both have, yeah.
Yeah.
So we stay here because we've got an early morning flight. Originally it was about 9:30, but it's been brought forward to just before 9 o'clock. Okay, 8:55. And basically we have to be there 3 hours beforehand. Yeah. So the plan is that we will go...
Oh, we've checked in online, haven't we?
Yeah, checked in online, but get rid of the rubbish, the luggage, rhymes, get our way through security, and then we can relax when we've got the other side, have something to eat, and then get the plane. And we're flying to...
Boston!
Yeah, and we're staying in Boston for, I think it's three nights. And then we're taking a cruise.
Princess cruise on the Princess Majestic.
Majestic Princess, yes.
Majestic Princess. Around to Maine and then up around to different places in Canada, ending up in Quebec.
Yeah, and we spend our final day in Quebec, final night on the ship, and then we have a hotel in Quebec for one night before we fly home.
Yeah. And we're going with some friends, aren't we?
Yeah.
They're the friends that came with us when we went to Argentina and Buenos Aires and the cold place. Antarctica.
It is a cold place, yes. And this evening we've just actually been having some casual time.
They've got a Runway Bar, which is lovely, overlooking all the runways and everything.
It's really nice because you get a really good view of the airport, and I've been looking out the window before we've came on air, and I really enjoy just sort of taking in the sort of Heathrow Airport vibe. It's a lovely vibe, it's a lovely look, and I just enjoy looking at the planes.
I used to work for British Airways, and when I did night shifts, I used to love looking out. It was like, pretty fairyland because all the lights. It was lovely. So anyway, it's still like that, and we've had a few drinks in the bar.
Yeah,
haven't we?
And it's quite an expensive bill actually between
it was, but nevertheless.
I think we only had about 3 drinks and a few bar snacks, but it still adds up.
Yes, it was quite expensive, but we're very happy at the moment.
So we'll be flying with American Airlines.
Yes, we haven't been on American Airlines before. We're going premium economy in American Airlines.
Yeah. We've read a few reviews which weren't...
I don't know if it's going to be very good, but it's only 7 hours, something or other. So we'll just, we might be pleasantly surprised, mightn't we?
Well, when we flew Lufthansa, we had some really bad reviews that we read of Lufthansa.
But it was fantastic.
And it was fantastic. Yeah. So you never know until you experience it.
We'll let you know.
And you'll next catch us probably sometime tomorrow morning as we make our way to Terminal 3, isn't it?
Yes.
And then board to get on to American Airlines. To Boston. We checked out of the hotel at 6 a.m. Our flight was taking off around 9 o'clock, so we got loads of time. Last night we checked in online, so this morning we just need to show the passports, get rid of our baggage, and then we're free to look around the airport. First though, we need to make our way back to Terminal 3, which will be the reverse of the journey that we did getting to the hotel last night. The journey was somewhat less hectic and a lot less busy than it was last night. The route to Terminal 3 is quite easy. Once on the walkways you can't really go wrong, and all in all it took us around 15 to 20 minutes to get to Terminal 3. Locating the American Airlines check-in desk took a little bit longer. We had two options and took the wrong one before finding the board with the details, turning around, sod's law. There was a very small queue which quickly dispersed. Getting through security was equally quick, and we were fortunate to have a new lane open just as we arrived. We always plan our way through security, packing our jewellery in our hand baggage before we get to the airport, and having electronics easily accessible if required to be removed. Steve also uses a travel belt that has no metal parts to avoid any potential wardrobe malfunctions. On this occasion we stopped off at duty free as Joanne was in need of some cosmetics and Steve just wanted to look at the electronics. These days though we rarely buy anything, however it does help pass the time. Once through duty free, it was doing a quick exploration around the various shops that line the main departure lounge. These days, we never really go shopping, preferring to buy online, and once again, it does just pass the time. Our hotel booking was room only, and whilst we would normally have had breakfast in the lounge, on this occasion we didn't have lounge access. So when we explored the shops, we also sussed out what breakfast meals were available and more importantly what the queues were like. Yo Sushi had absolutely no queue. A reasonable cost breakfast, and it offered something a bit different and hopefully a bit lighter. So we decided to try it out. Asian food for breakfast in the UK just felt a bit different. A mackerel kedgeree, which is a light curried sushi rice with smoked mackerel, soy eggs, beans and red onions, topped with fresh chilli and coriander.
Nice.
Really nice.
I have got poached eggs on toast with smoked salmon.
Oh, it looks nice.
The sourdough. Very nice.
We both absolutely enjoyed our breakfast. It was really great, good value for money, no queue, and it just hit the spot. Outside though, the lounge was absolutely heaving, well packed. We filled our water bottles up and then made our way towards the boarding gate. For some reason, time just seemed to fly by. Unusually, the priority lane was quite full at the gate, and it was actually a longer wait than the normal line. But we had plenty of time and there was loads of spare seating at the gate, so no one was really worried. And for once, Steve did not get singled out for a security check. Very unusual. Departure was delayed as they took off one of the passengers from the flight just after boarding, and we appeared to have to wait for him to be met and then presumably for his baggage to be found and removed. All in all, a 20-minute delay.
When the night is cold and long and all the stars have lost.
I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love flying these days. It's great looking down on the ground and picking out the detail from a completely different perspective. Now, it didn't used to be like that, and turbulence still gets me tensed up, but I think the more you do it, the more normal it starts feeling, and the more frictionless the experience, the more it just adds to the enjoyment. Well, we're off now, so let's find ourselves a film, put the seat back, and wait for our drinks and grub. About 45 minutes into the flight, our pre-ordered lunches arrived. So chicken korma, a salad, bread roll, gin and tonic, and a shortbread. It's really nice.
Now I've got pasta, which is actually very tasty. I think it's the vegetarian one. And a salad and a roll. Shortbread. It's actually very tasty, very nice.
Very nice lunch. Better than I've actually had on British Airways. Reviews that we had before we came on board said that the food wasn't particularly good. But I must say both the food and the service have been absolutely incredible. They started serving around 45 minutes into the flight. They're giving us 2 selections of drinks, and I've had 3 gins and a red wine for that, which is really good service as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, really good flight. As we were taking off, they took off one of the passengers. Don't know why, don't know the story on it, but we were delayed on the takeoff. I think the plan is that we're going to make up most of that lost time as we fly across the Atlantic.
Broken storms and rivers wide.
The light will guide. So let's see what we've got in here. Okay. Dental kit, which apparently includes a toothbrush and a toothpaste. Left one in. Left 2 in actually. We've got some butter, which is not clear actually what it is. Oh, it's a lip balm. So that's a lip balm. We've got a hand and body lotion. We have, I suspect this is the people that made it up. Yeah, we have a blackout mask, and we have some socks, and we also have some earplugs. At least it's a little bit better than the Virgin Atlantic upper class one, so I can reuse that pouch for something else. Sounds good. The entertainment system was quite good. There was some new releases as well as some classics, both in the movies and in the TV channels, or you could just listen to music if you wanted to as well. This is the snack, and we have a chicken sandwich with some melon for afterwards, and a cheesecake by the looks of things, and another drink serving, Diet Coke. Very nice. About 30 minutes later or so, we started our descent into Boston Airport. The approach that we'd taken getting into Boston went along the Canadian coast before we crossed over into the States. This gave us a great preview of the cruise that we were about to take, albeit it was from a height of around 35,000 feet plus. It was great looking at the various landscapes out of the window. Even better when the pilot announced that it was a hot, sunny day in Boston with no rain expected. It was a short taxi to our gate, and we were very quickly off of our flight and heading towards immigration. There, it was empty. The only flight that seemed to have come in was ours, so we quickly made it through to the baggage reclaim, grabbed our bags and out of the airport. Probably one of the fastest times to get out of an American airport that we've ever had. We didn't use the mobile passport control app, something we keep meaning to do, but then keep forgetting about it. Our travel agent had arranged for us to be picked up at the airport for the short drive to our hotel. There was a little confusion on where they were picking us up from, as the dispatcher's description didn't match the landscape. All was quickly solved when the driver sent us a photo of the area he was in, and remarkably we managed to get a large number of bags between the four of us into what was a small luxury van with not as much boot space as you would expect.
Nelly there.
10 minutes later and we were at the hotel. We booked in, paid an extra $50 per room for early access, allowing us to drop off our luggage, freshen up and prepare for a quick exploration of the area immediately around the vicinity of the hotel, as well as a little retail therapy in some of the local shops. Directly opposite our hotel was Quincy Market, a historic building in downtown Boston, built in the early 19th century and named after the mayor of that time. There are 3 interconnected market buildings, Quincy Market itself, plus a North and South Market. Today it's more of a food hall than a traditional produce market. There are lots of eateries, food stalls, fast casual restaurants and international cuisine. Around the market you'll find bars, shops, pushcart vendors and souvenir stalls. It's known for its street performers and a lively atmosphere, especially in the plaza around the market. By the time we'd looked around the market it was 5 p.m, so around 10 p.m. on our English watches. We were still feeling quite active and anxious to get into the local time zone as quickly as possible. So we hit on the idea of some retail therapy and, given that Macy's was a quick walk up the road, decided to head there. En route we took in TJ Maxx, as we're always looking out for a bargain, but on this occasion we didn't find anything that tickled our fancy. After our quick exploration we decided to have dinner in one of the international restaurants near the market. Now this one had a good selection of Asian food with lots of Thai dishes that we all liked. We started off with some pot stickers, not quite as good as the one that Steve cooks, but he may be biased, but very nice.
Lovely.
Very nice. Lovely.
Now for some reason the camera just wants to focus on the Coke, but Joanne had a pad thai Kai and she thoroughly enjoyed it.
Lovely.
Steve went for one of his favourites, which was a katsu curry, which was also very nice, absolutely delicious. I must say the staff in this restaurant was so friendly, so helpful, couldn't be better.